Hello, Mitchell from Redemption Property Preservation. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm going to show you 3 ways you can improve your website and actually beat some of your competition online. All right, so we'll talk about 3 things today: content, citations, and backlinks. And at the end of the video, if you have any questions or want to hear more information, we could set up a 5-10 minute phone call, and I can answer any of those for you. If not, no big deal. I'm going to give you a ton of free tips and strategies in this video, and you guys could actually go ahead and apply it directly to your site. All right, so let's start with content, and I'm on your homepage now looking to see about how much content you guys have. I can see you're offering a lot of the services here, talking about those. You got a lot of nice pictures. What Google really cares about the most, though, is they really want to see all this, right? This content. So what I want to do is let's count your content and see how much you actually do have. And it looks like you guys have just under 500 words with 444. Now, Google recommends having about 1,500 words of content to 2,000 words. The reason they want so much is to have 1,500, it's going to optimize your site. Then they're going to rank you higher. They want sites to have more information because they know they're giving out a lot of kind of helpful clues, tips, strategies for people to search and find online. Now, I'm also going to show you Mr. Handyman because in the area, they're one of the top results that shows up. So I want to also find how much they have. So if we kind of compare that, you had just under 500. And let's see how much they have. Let's see if they have, okay, so they have 732. So they don't have the 1,500 either. And that's a really good thing for you guys because what it tells us is that they're not optimized, right? And also we know that if we beat them in these 3 topics that we're going to talk about today, we're going to be able to beat them in the rankings. So we already know that content is something you guys could beat them in fairly easily. Now, the other thing is you don't just want content, you also want to make sure you have keywords in that content. I've just used Handyman Services, Knoxville, Tennessee here as an example. It's an area you guys service with a service you offer. And this is just a first page of Google. You could do this with any search. For this certain one here, normally you'd find ads at the top, but we're not seeing those. So the second thing we're going to see, which is the first on this page, is this map pack. You see the top 3 companies show up here in this preview window. They're going to get a lot of attention by being up here, the first thing new customers see. And then after the map pack, we're also going to find all of the organic section. This is where we're going to find 10 results that show up per page, with a few more ads that are at the very bottom that people are essentially paying for. You're going to find 10 results per page in the organic section. All right, so the key here, though, is that these kind of keywords that people search, and keywords are just common groups of phrases or words that people repeatedly search every month, right? And so this one here is what I've used just as my example. So let's also look, there's one more thing Google wants to find to see if you guys are a trustworthy site. And that is they want to find if your UR, which is this number here, and currently yours isn't showing with any real data, but they want to see that this is how Google knows they can trust you. And the way to get this built up is through backlinks and referring domains. And right now you guys have 4 backlinks onto referring domains or websites. A great example of this for what this really means is like a Facebook business page. If you guys have one linked to your website, that would be your referring domain. And the part of the Facebook page that has your web address, that would be a backlink. It would look just like this. And when someone clicks on it, it's going to redirect you back to their site. Just as if I click this, it's going to bring me back to your website. So right now you guys have 4 links on 2 sites. Now of the 2 websites you guys do have pointing back at you, one of them is actually a pretty strong one, or at least it has some good strength to it. So you guys have about 50% currently. Now because this number isn't really registering yet with Google because they're looking for probably some more, you can only be found right now for 1 keyword, and unfortunately that's bringing you 0 actual visitors to your website. So let's hop over to Handyman Services here, Mr. Handyman. We can see they got their headers at the top of the page. This allows them to be found a little easier. And we can see they have a lot of backlinks to the referring domains. They actually have over 95,000 backlinks on the 7,000 referring domains or more that they have. And if we look at their referring domains, we can see of the 7,278, 6,248 are strong ones. They've done a pretty good job here with their website. So 86% of their sites are real strong, pointing back at them. And that's giving them a pretty big trust rating here of a 73, which you can see this goes to 100, so they're 3/4 there. And they're being found for over 134,000 keywords, and they're bringing in about 95,000 visitors to the website every month. Now, one thing we'll say is Mr. Handyman is a national company. They are across the U.S., so they are in multiple locations. But still, that is obviously a really big number. Now you're probably thinking, how can we compete with that, right? Well, I'll tell you how. For one, and if they have a lot of national ones, you guys may not want all, but you actually could take all of their referring domains. We can look at all of the referring domains they have. We can find the strongest ones that we see that we really want. And we can go to these same sites and we can register with them or create a profile with a lot of them. And we can get the same link that they have, right? So it would take a lot of time, obviously, but we could get all of their strong referring domains, all 6,248 if we wanted to. And then we would add more to that and we would be able to actually get ahead of them in the ranking. So you could get some similar results to what they're seeing. And then we'd want to beat them with backlinks and referring domains. All right, so just to recap, talking about the organic section, we want to get the 1,500 words to 2,000 words of content. We want to make sure that all of the best keywords in the area, especially for Knoxville, for instance, and Tennessee, are on our page multiple times so we can show up for those in these types of searches. And then we want to make sure Google trusts our site by having a lot of really strong referring domains and backlinks pointing back at us. Now, the other thing you guys could do is get on this GMB or map section, right? And the way to do that is with citations. And citations are just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all put on directory sites. You want those entered in directory sites exactly how they are on your website. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, and even your social media such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So the more of those you have, you're going to show up here in the top 3. If these guys all have like 30, for instance, you'd want to have like 130 to beat them by a lot. Now, the last option to show up on this page is you guys could pay for ads. Since nobody else is, you guys could pay for an ad up here to get on the very top, and you'd be the only one doing it if you wanted to get some kind of, easy clicks and leads there. But that's really up to you guys. So those are the 3 ways to get on the first page and how we could beat our competition online. Thank you guys for your time. I'll give you a call in a couple days just to check up and follow up and see what you thought of the video. Hopefully it was helpful for you, as that was my main purpose. Thank you guys for your time and have a great day.